for Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mark, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, the Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Zander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Brown's Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. And now, Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Hey, thank you very much, and a very good Saturday afternoon. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. We bring you another edition of Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7. Today we come to the metro, to the big town of Sioux Falls, and we are at Washington High School, where the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors will entertain the Pierre Governors. Boys basketball coming your way. Both teams hungry for victories early on in the season. The Governors, after losing on Tuesday night at home to Sioux Falls Lincoln, falling to 2-4 on the season. Washington has actually lost 5 of their first 6. They come in at 1-5. They've been playing pretty competitively, but they just haven't come up with the victories with regularity so far, and usually a very talented team here in Washington, so it's a little strange to see a 1-5 mark, but both teams hopefully will have a pretty competitive affair today as the Govs go to battle here. River 92.7. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play alongside Caleb Brozick, who will run camera from up the upper corner here in the bleacher section of Washington High School. You can watch this game with his help at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page, also at GoGovs.live. And of course, our broadcast originates from our River 92.7 studios, where William Wilson provides the audio production as usual. We thank him for his efforts as well. And thank you for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. Girls game, by the way, starts at the same time. Justin Cowart, I believe, is underway in his pregame a little bit early, just as we are here in Sioux Falls. But the girls have their game going on at Riggs High Gym, in that game on KGFX 1060 AM and 103.1 FM. The Washington girls are 6-0. The Pierre girls are 2-4. Washington off to a great start in girls hoops, so a tough one for the Governor girls and Coach Kirk Bebout today. We'll keep you up to date on that, but we'll talk about this after an opening 3-minute timeout. Our Bank West pregame show is coming up. Washington comfortably out in front of the Governor sophomores here, and the JVs for the Warriors got an easy victory today as well, but should have a good varsity contest coming up. We'll talk about it in our Bank West pregame show. Bank West for the best in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kenneke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Back to Governor Boys basketball here at Washington High School in Sioux Falls. Brian Oakland with you. Welcome to our Bank West pregame show, and we'll begin with a look around South Dakota, but still a reminder, as usual, for those who are on the road, we didn't have perfect road conditions today from Pierre to about Plankinton. There was snow cover on the roads, so when you're traveling for South Dakota winter driving conditions, remember to slow down in case of ice and things like that, but also slow the drive, arrive alive. It starts with you. Remember to buckle up every trip, every time. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us you've got someplace to be. Here's what's happened so far this week. Of course, the Governors a week ago lost at Bismarck 92-56, and they were trounced equally impressively by Sioux Falls Lincoln on Tuesday night at Riggs High Gym, 72-37. Sioux Falls, Washington, the last time they played, they suffered a loss to the Huron Tigers, 68-52. That was last Friday, I believe. And this is their first game, in fact, all week. So they'll come in at 1-5. The Governors, as mentioned, 2-4. Sioux Falls Lincoln, after their win over the Governors, is 7-0. And they're heading up the power rankings. Roosevelt, who got a win over Rapid City Stevens, 84-50 last night, is 5-1. Watertown had an impressive win over O'Gorman, 69-52 last night. They are 6-1 and the number 3 seed right now. Huron at 5-1 is the 4 seed. T-Area, who the Governors will see on Tuesday night in their next game, is now 5-1. And the number 5 power-rated team, Mitchell 3-2, Spearfish at 5-0, still at the 7 spot without suffering a loss as of yet. And then Brandon Valley in the 8 spot at 3-4. O'Gorman 2-3, Harrisburg 3-2, Jefferson 2-3, then Stevens at 3-5. Washington currently sitting in the 13 spot with a 1-5 mark. In fact, they've dropped 1 spot as I look at the updated standings down to 14, and they're just ahead of Pierre, who is 2-4 and in the 15 spot. And Stevens actually has moved up to 13. Oh, I wrote Stevens. Anyway, I've got a little printing problem on my note sheet. Never mind that. But that's most of the top 16 there. Obviously, both of these teams in 14 and 15 seeds would like to get some victories and start climbing the charts, so to speak, here as we get further on into what is now the second quarter of the basketball season. 2 and 6, 2 and 4, 1 and 5 for both teams, respectively, playing 6 games to this point. Here's the schedule for today. With this game as the Warriors host the Pierre Governors. Rapid City Stevens and Central are also in town. They played at Lincoln and Roosevelt last night. Stevens is at Lincoln today. Rapid City Central is at Roosevelt this afternoon. Huron heads down this way, goes to Harrisburg also. And then T-Area is playing in a Pentagon event against Sioux Center, Iowa, before they take on the Governors on Tuesday. Douglas out west has a Black Hills Conference doubleheader with Belle Fourche in Box Elder. In the week ahead on Tuesday, Pierre, as mentioned, goes to T-Area, so we'll be back down in this area on Tuesday once again for a 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip-off with the Governors taking on the Titans. Huron will go to Yankton that night, Watertown at Aberdeen Central, Brandon Valley at Harrisburg with four full ESD matchups. Mitchell and the ESD also involved, but they'll play at non-conference Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Sioux Falls Washington here after today will also be in action Tuesday night when they host the O'Gorman Knights out of the Metro, and out west Sturgis will play at Rapid City Stevens. Washington also will host Sioux Falls Jefferson on Friday in the week ahead when the Governors, after Tuesday's game at T-Area, will not play again until the following Tuesday, January 20th, when they host the Douglas Patriots. So that's what the state of basketball looks like in boys basketball. Looks like they've got a teacher appreciation event going on here at Washington High before they start our 15-minute countdown. So that gives us a little bit of extra time in our state of basketball efforts here in our Bank West pregame show. In girls hoops this past week, the Governor girls losing at home to Bismarck 57-44 on Friday. Didn't play Tuesday. They did play on Thursday night, but the shots just weren't falling in our last broadcast. And Harrisburg came to town and knocked off the Governors quite easily, 55-28. That drops the Govs record to 2-4 as Harrisburg improved to 3-3 on the season. Pierre in the 15 spot, just like the boys are. I'm still wondering if power points from the Bismarck losses for both of the Governor teams have been applied. I think both teams could potentially be a little bit higher than where they are. But the Govs take on Sioux Falls, Washington today, who is 6-0 now, as they got a win over Huron the other night in their last game as well. Washington's looking great, but their power average is still has them in the 4 spot. Looking up at O'Gorman 4-1, Aberdeen Central 5-1, and unbeaten Brandon Valley, who has the top power ranking in girls hoops in South Dakota. Today's schedule has the Governors hosting Sioux Falls, Washington. Other games include Jefferson at Aberdeen Central, Huron at Harrisburg for a doubleheader, Rapid City Stevens and Central at Lincoln and Roosevelt here in Sioux Falls. Douglas is hosting Belle Fourche, as mentioned, and T-Area, the girls, playing in a Pentagon event as well today. And the girls are up against West Fargo Horace High School out of North Dakota. And the Governor girls, after today, they don't play T-Area on Tuesday night like the Governor boys do. So the Govs are actually going to be off for 10 full days until they play at Douglas on Tuesday night, January 20th. So there you go, the state of basketball. Here as we begin our Bank West pregame show. That's how things look around South Dakota in Class AA. And we've got a 20-plus minute countdown going on at the gym, so plenty of time to cover more in our pregame show. But after a 3-minute break, we'll get into keys to success, talk with the head coaches, or the acting head coaches today. Washington playing without their head coach, Jeff Tobin, who is under the weather today. We'll talk with assistant coach Mike Holstein in a little bit. But first, it'll be Larry Aker, Governor, head coach, with comments and keys to success. Brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. That's up in 3 minutes as we bring you coverage of Governor basketball. Your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Success with Larry Aker, the Governor head coach, coming into a Saturday game here at Sioux Falls, Washington. But last time you played was the number one team in Sioux Falls, Lincoln, on your home court Tuesday night, Coach. And boy, I tell you, that's a team that's just kind of got everything put together at this point of the season, and a team on a mission. And unfortunately, they just kind of got on a run and hit every shot, and it was hard to keep up with them that night.
Yeah, it was. And that's, again, it's tough facing teams like that, but that's in the future, that's where we want to get to, and they, like I was telling the kids after the game, they've only lost one game in the last 2 years, and that was in the semifinals last year. So that just tells you what type of team you're dealing with. And they came out red hot, and we didn't help them. We helped them out. We didn't help ourselves out at all. Just gave them too many, easy layups, and what good teams really do, and the number one team for a reason, and they definitely looked like it.
I think in the grand scheme of things, you'd like to think that you're not 34 points behind the number one team in the state, maybe 15 to 20 or so, but certainly, like we say, a lesson learned, and you know what you got to do to get better. Sure.
Yeah, I don't think we battled as hard as we possibly could. And, Wednesday at practice, we really got after it, and, just worked on some things that we saw during the game that we need to get better at. So, we'll see here today if those things, we're getting better at those things. But again, it starts with effort. I didn't really think our effort was top notch. You got to always play with effort because you just never know what's going to happen.
No matter what the score is.
Right. No matter what the score is, you just got to play with effort for 32 minutes. So, again, we got to come out and focus, and hopefully, our defense can get us some easy transition points. And, I feel like that's kind of been the difference lately is we just been giving up transition points and not getting any ourselves, not creating any turnovers. So, early on in the year against, Stevens, Central, Sturgis, I felt like we were able to do that and get some transition points, and that really helped. And a lot of it is, even in the transition, our kids just not attacking the basket as much as they should, just settling for threes. Again, we really got to work inside out, whether it's them, attacking the rim, getting an easy look, and then, seeing it go in instead of your first shot being a three, and you miss it. And then you're like, question yourself, well, I guess tonight's not going to be the night I shoot the ball well. So
now with Washington here, this team is 1-5, obviously struggling for wins, which is rare for them. But their first game of the year, they were right on top of that Lincoln team. And, so here in the Metro, everybody is as good as the next team, it seems.
Yeah, and, their record doesn't do them justice because, again, the teams that they have lost to are all either undefeated or have one loss, and that one loss has been to Sioux Falls Lincoln. So, they've played a tough schedule, to begin the year. So, again, we don't really look at schedules. We know it's going to be a tough game, and we got to come out, play with effort, and play together, and hopefully we can get some easy transition buckets and kind of get the game, just get into the flow of game.
All right, and for keys to success, it's I think an early start will certainly help out, and once you do that, then keep doing that for 32 minutes. Easier said than done. But
yeah, and we've really been focusing on paint touches. So offensively, getting the ball to the paint, whether it's getting a post touch or getting a layup look, and then creating that inside out, I think is going to be a really key to the game. And unfortunately. A-Hearts is not going to be able to go tonight. So, we're down a guy. So, normally we play 7, now down to 6. And, maybe one of those JV guys will, get some minutes and valuable minutes. So, we're going to have to play smart and come out right away and get off to a good start.
All right, Coach, let's go have some fun. We'll see you later.
All right, thank you.
That's Larry Aker, the head coach of the Governor Boys. His coach's comments and keys to success are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care. Real quick, that Coach Aker did mention Ahart's not playing today. That's Caden Ahart's starting guard, who did have a bit of a knee sprain issue with from that game from Sioux Falls Lincoln the other night. So he will not play today. Jaron Deal will start in his place. As you probably know, the Governors don't go very deep on their bench. So it is up to the 5 on the floor, basically, that will be starting to get a lot of the dirty work done today. And hopefully, if anybody is able to come in for the Governors off the bench, they'll be able to contribute some quality minutes, maybe a few points in there as well, and see if the Governors can stay in this one as long as possible. Keys to Success are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care. Let's hear from them. We'll talk to Mike Holstein about Washington Warrior basketball when we return with more Keys to Success in our Governor pregame.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Well, our Keys to Success will continue. We're talking with JV assistant head coach Mike Holstein of the Washington Warriors here today. And Coach, your Warriors are competing pretty hard this year. It looks like a little bit of turnover, even though I recognize a lot of names from last year and the years before. But so far, 1-5. I know it seems like a struggle. Last time out, Huron got you by double digits too, but still, I think as long as you've got the competitive level on a high, I think you guys are going to come around, aren't you?
I believe so too. Our first night with Lincoln, we were really close. We had a chance to actually win that game. Just had a few turnovers late that kind of slowed us down. We're just searching for that W. We've been close in a lot of games. So
I suppose right now, I mean, you still are scoring points, but you are giving up a few too many, aren't you?
You were giving up, and most of that's going to be too many turnovers is what we talked about. So we're just going to try to tighten that up a little bit.
It happens. It's kind of bound to happen when you have to replace a point guard like Tommy Hoffman, who's been so good for so many years.
Yeah, so we gotta emphasize that. I mean, the whole team has to emphasize this, like keeping the ball in our hands.
Okay, with a Pierre team today, it's a team that kind of for the first time you're stepping out of the eastern part of the state and getting a Pierre team that is struggling a little bit, but I think they've got and shown some athleticism and they can do some things too.
Yeah, definitely. And then number 23, Twilliger, he's a big guy. He's a 4-star, tight end. So he's a load. So we're gonna have to figure out how to make sure we keep the ball out of his hands. And then there's some athletes there too. We watched on film. So just got to make sure that we score more points than them.
Well, and you were talking about having to deal with size and the Blake Elwines and the Borishes from Huron your last time out. So similarities there, I guess you have to deal with today.
A little bit of similarities. Yep, we got to make sure that we get the rebounds that we need. So make sure that we just don't get pushed around.
But those guys don't play a true post like Cooper Terwilliger does either.
Correct. They don't do a true post. They're kind of like a hybrid. So we're just going to have to watch out when he's down underneath and just don't get sealed.
Okay. All right. As far as your keys to success and minimizing your turnovers, what are the keys to doing just that?
I think if we play fast and play together, I think we'll do a lot better job. Just try not to make all the big plays and make just the simple ones will benefit for us today.
Playing fast, is that still your style? You don't want to slow down and play more patient?
No, I think our speed, our athleticism will show for us. So
okay.
I mean, Jace is a good receiver and he's really fast, very athletic, and then our other guards are pretty fast too. So
yeah, Jace has been fun to watch the last couple of years too. So any other keys to success? Any other concerns that you have with that Pierre team?
I think just that we just got to put the ball in the hole. Okay. I think that's the number one thing.
All right, Coach. Well, we wish Coach Tobin well and wish you the best of luck today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And again, Mike Holstein, the interim head coach today, as he'll sit in for ailing head coach Jeff Tobin of the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. That's the Warrior comments and keys to success brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. And we mentioned the name Jace with the coach Holstein. There, Jace Woods is a player that's really going to be one to watch, I think. But certainly, as far as the Governor keys to success go, Jace Woods has been somebody who has killed the Governors off the glass in the rebounding efforts. He's had a lot of second chance points in the last 2 years, but 3 games overall. In fact, 2 seasons ago, the Governors were here and lost in the Sodak 16. So it's just in my recollection, the last 2 years and the 3 games that these 2 teams have played, you really have to keep a handle on Jace Woods, keep him off the glass, keep him from getting second chances if you're the Governors in trying to succeed against these Washington Warriors today. But they've got some pretty good guard play, and as we say, it'll be interesting to see what kind of fast pace they want to play in relation to what the Governors saw, first of all, with Sioux Falls Lincoln on Tuesday, but then, of course, similar to what they saw a week ago up in Bismarck with those Bismarck Demons as well. Keys to success from Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll take 3 minutes, and your starting lineups are coming up next. We've got more of our Bank West pregame show. This is Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Govs, as River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures,
learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers. They'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Back at Washington High on the corner of 6th and Sycamore in the northeastern part of Sioux Falls, we bring you Governor basketball. It's time for your starting lineups in this one as the Governors come out of the locker room to finish up their warm-up. Starters are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. For the Governors, who will play without 6'2" starting guard, the junior Caden Ahart's out due to a knee injury. He'll probably miss a couple of weeks. He will miss Tuesday night at T area, but then the Governors are off for another full week until they play Douglas, so he may be back for that Douglas contest. But the Governors will start with Logan Whitty, the 5'11 junior at one guard. Jaron Deal steps in for Ahart's, the 6-foot sophomore who has played well on occasion for the Governors this season. And Corday Austin, the big guard, 6'3", and the senior. He's really going to have a big game today, as are the two bigs for the Governors, Lincoln Dilgis, 6'4" senior forward, and Cooper Terwilliger, the 6'6" junior, in the middle for the Governors. With Whitty, Austin, and Deal in the backcourt, Dilgis and Terwilliger up front. The only real bench player that has had significant minutes this season for the Governors would be Sincere Wilson, the 5'11 senior. He will also be called upon to play significant minutes today for the 2-4 Pierre Governors. Head coached by Larry Aker, assisted by Skip Kurth, Craig Ullman, and Kelly Brandt. The Governors starters brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we'll give you the Washington starting five when we return with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Envirotech with the starting lineups. Let's meet the Washington Warriors, who will start this way. At one guard is Jake Balzer, a 6-foot junior. Brecken Beitler goes 5'11". He's a junior in the backcourt. And along with Sam Ewing, a 6'2" senior. That is a playmaker that Washington has in the backcourt. And the guys up front will be Benjamin Sprecher, a 6'4 junior forward, and Jace Woods, the 6'2 senior at 6'2, can jump out of the gym still for Washington in that front court with Baltzer, Beitler, and Ewing in the backcourt, Sprecher and Woods, the forwards for the Washington Warriors. Younger brother of Jace Woods, Noah Woods, a 6'6 freshman, can come in and make plays today. We'll see him at times, along with David Coute, a 5'10 sophomore guard. And Washington, like the Governors, aren't expected to go very deep in this one today. Washington head coach is Jeff Tobin, but not here today. Mike Holstein will run the reins today. He's assisted by J.J. Hayden, Will Hanneman, and Kason Thies. Washington Warriors are 1-5 against the 2-4 Pierre Governors. Starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Today's game officials are the law on the court, and they're sponsored by the Attorney General's Office, Consumer Protection Division, and we thank Jeff Hainfler, Mike Mutter, and Jim Ricketts Jr. for being our law on the court, serving as game officials today. Jeff Hainfler, Mike Mutter, Jim Ricketts, today's Attorney General's Office, law on the court. Let's pause for 3 minutes, and we'll tip it off when we return with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Back at Washington High, hearing from the Attorney General's office right there. Once again, thanks to our law on the court, Jeff Hainfler, Mike Mutter, and Jim Ricketts Jr., the game officials. And we thank our game officials for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Girls game on KGFX getting underway at Riggs High Gym. Justin Cowart with the call on that one, 10:60 a.m. 103.1 FM. You can watch that one at drgnews.com and the KGFX page as well. Here's what's upcoming real quick in Governor Sports. Both teams playing Washington today. Boys only on Tuesday at T area. And then both teams will be off until they play Douglas. Girls on the road, boys at home on January 20th, which is a week from Tuesday night. Boys on here on River 92.7. Girls, of course, on KGFX. Governor Wrestling in action today, both boys and girls at the Lyman Invitational, the Mid-Dakota Monster. And the Governor boys were trailing Sturgis by 13 points going into today's action. So a pretty good performance so far for the Governors. Gymnastics is at the Brookings Invitational today, their first competition in a while. And there's hockey at the Oahe Expo Center over in Fort Pierre, as the Oahe Capitals are hosting Yankton teams. Yankton girls playing the U14 squad today and tomorrow, and the Oahe Capitals boys hosting Yankton today and tomorrow as well, if anybody is interested in watching Oahe Capitals hockey tonight and tomorrow at the Expo Center. Governors have been announced on the floor. Here come the Warriors. Let's hear from Comtech, and we will tip this thing off. Your Comtech opening tip. Two teams that could really use a victory this Saturday afternoon, coming up next at River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech will have the opening tip momentarily. There are 3 girls games underway in Class AA already here today. Girls and boys double headers. Rapid City Stevens leading Sioux Falls Lincoln 69-15 in the third. Roosevelt and Rapid City Central at 19-14. Late in the second quarter, T area is down by 19 to Horace High School out of West Fargo, North Dakota. That game going on at the Pentagon. It's 51-32. Comtech opening tip, but should be a good one. Jace Woods against Corday Austin. Woods gets it up into the air, and here comes Sam Ewing to control it for the Washington Warriors. Washington in home white. They've got orange numbers, black trim. Governor's trying to get a trap, and they do it well. Down right in front of us here in the corner. A double team against Brecken Beitler forces him to the end line. He'll step out of bounds trying to get around the double team and away from it. And the Governors will have their first possession of the night or the afternoon. Governors in road green with black numbers and white trim. Jaron Deal will bring it up the court as the Govs move from left to right here on the orange themed court of Washington High School. Jace Woods challenging things right at center court, but Deal has it over to the right side. Hoping the voice can hold out today. We'll do our best. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. Here's a kick out to Logan Whitty. He wants 3. No good, but there's Lincoln Dilgis with a second chance basket. Offensive rebound and the putback for Dilgis as the Governors will strike first in a 2-0 lead. Here showing some full court presence, but then sagging back into that 2-3 zone that they've employed about 99% of the season so far. Warriors work it inside. Ooh, and a trip up, but he gets rid of it. That was Benjamin Sprecher. Now as they find Woods out in the right corner, he'll drive inside the arc and pop a long 2. Jace Woods, one to watch for the Washington Warriors, ties us up at 2-2. We're just underway. Here's Whitty drawing a double team. He'll go a long ways to Austin, who feeds underneath it to Terwilliger. Terwilliger's shot altered a bit, and it comes up short, no good. And then going coast to coast, but missing the layup is Jake Baltzer. Now down with it, Jaron Deal up the floor. He'll lose it. The pass taken away by Baltzer. First turnover for the Governors. Fast pace for both teams. That's what Washington wants. We'll see if the Governors can play to that pace. Here's a three-pointer. Left side from Sam Ewing. I thought initially maybe his toe might have been on the line, but the official right on top of it says, nope, that is a A three-pointer coming back as Austin gives to Lincoln Dilgis. He'll put a 15-footer in. And 2 minutes into this one, we've got a 5-4 contest. Washington by 1. They'll work it underneath. Inside, outside, into the high post as Sprecher feeds Jace Woods. And even at 6'2", he gets up and throws it down with a slam dunk, a two-hander. Jace Woods' jumping ability coming to life. He gets a steal of a loose ball. He'll feed up ahead as the Governors lost control, and Sam Ewing gets the breakaway layup here. Might have been a steal there on a tip by Jake Baltzer to start things off. Here's Dilgis again hitting his third field goal. Had a bunny and now a couple of mid-range jumpers. Dilgis, nothing but net, and it's 9-6. Washington by 3. Sprecher inside, fed from the corner by Baltzer. And Benjamin Sprecher with his first 2 of the afternoon, 11-6. Washington has turned the ball over a lot, according to assistant coach Mike Holstein in our pregame conversation. That's why they're 1-5, but they're looking good so far. Here's Dilgis trying another one from the free throw line, fed by Terwilliger from the edge. And Lincoln Dilgis has all 8 for the Governors so far on 4 for 4 shooting. 11-8. Here comes a 3 from the left wing. That's quick. Quick 3 back, and this has been Brecken Beitler. Fed by Baltzer, who's got 3 assists so far. 6-point advantage for the Warriors. Washington 2 for 2 from outside. Here's Jaron Deal driving the right side. And he'll adjust and put it off the glass and through. 14-10. Deal scores the first 2 for the Governors from somebody other than Lincoln Dilgis. Dilgis defending far side on the wing. They'll work it inside to Sprecher. And Austin got a hand on the wrist of the shooter, Sprecher here. Sprecher was able to muscle it up and score just as Austin pulled away. He thought he might have had all ball, according to his reaction. But Corday will have the foul. And a 3-point play finished off by Sprecher. Washington has that 7-point lead again. 17-10. Washington has only missed 1 shot so far here this afternoon in the first 4 minutes and change of play. Austin, deep 3, left side, good. Fed from across the way, near side to far from Logan Whitty, and Corday Austin hits his first shot of the day. Boy, we could have both teams hitting the 70s if the pace continues all day long. Sprecher, nice feed as he'll finish. Beitler with the dish underneath. Sprecher roaming the baseline. He gets a finger roll layup. Good. 6-point Warrior advantage, 19-13. High post, Terwilliger. Out to the wing, it's Austin. He'll slice through and a left side reverse. No good, but an offensive board for Terwilliger. Back out to Whitty, trying to get it back to Terwilliger. And that one will go out of bounds. Austin might have had a cleaner layup on the right side than he thought, but he tried a dipsy-do reverse underneath the basket. Basically went straight up. It looked like it still might fall, but it was off the mark just a bit. David Coute has checked in for Washington, the 5'10 sophomore off the bench. Looks like he's in. Well, here's Woods underneath again. Just trying to figure out who had checked out, but Beitler feeds Jace Woods, who has his second jam of the afternoon. Biggest lead so far for the Warriors. It's 21-13 as they just can't miss. Of course, when you get high percentage shots like slam dunks, you're going to be doing just fine. Here's Dilgis trying from 15 on the left side. That will not go. His first miss. And Scute down with the rebound for the Warriors. Washington up top with it. Beitler over to the near side. Now Woods wants a 3, but that'll miss short. And Whitty with the rebound. He'll be reached in upon from there by number 5, Brecken Beitler. Washington's first team foul, first personal for Beitler. 2:39 of the play stoppage left to go, quarter number 1. Washington will press. Inbound comes long out near center circle. Center court to Corday Austin. Now Dilgis on the move, drives around, got hammered. No call here. Officials didn't see that, and Washington with the rebound, but the outlet and the push up ahead led too far to Kute, and that'll be out of bounds in the second turnover for the Warriors. Tough break for the Governors on that previous shot attempt, though. I guess Washington could have had pretty good straight-up defense, so we're not going to complain too much about it. Pierre's got it back, 2:20 to play. Down, though, by 8 as Terwilliger tries to feed underneath the deal. Knocked away by Sprecher. The Governors will inbound underneath the basket on the right side. Pierre in green today. At the 2:15 mark, quarter number 1. Govs will reset. They do have 20 on the possession clock. Dill just roams right side. He'll reset back to Whitty. Now quickly to the high post. Terwilliger tries one from the free throw line. Woods gets a piece of that. Covered up underneath by Sprecher. Here come the Warriors. Woods denied this time, but Terwilliger's got him down low. Cooper got a block, but he did have a hand on the body underneath. Governor fans want the call on the other end if they're not going to get this call here, and that makes sense, but at least here, Cooper Terwilliger denied what would have been a third slam dunk by Jace Woods already here in the first quarter, and I think that's a big play. If you want to keep the guy from getting in there, give him a little bit of a hack. He does go to the free throw line. Maybe he thinks twice about coming in there with Cooper in there again, but we'll see how that plays out. Woods still good enough for 2 for 2 at the free throw line, and he'll check out. And 6'7" senior Raik Chol will check on for the first time. Warriors up the lead to 10 now, 23-13, under 2 minutes to go. Govs have played pretty well, but Washington just doesn't miss. Here's Chol with a block, but Corday Austin on the drive fouled from behind. And it is Beitler who will be guilty of the foul, and that'll be his second personal. The foul might have been there, but I wouldn't doubt if that wasn't a little bit of a makeup call at the same time. But here goes Austin trying 2 from the free throw line. Can't get the shooter's roll on the first one. Beitler with those 2 fouls has to check out for the Warriors. Sam Ewing, 6'2" starter. In the backcourt, back in for the orange and white. Corday's second free throw is good, his 4th point. That'll end a bit of a run by Washington, who still has a 9-point lead. Pierre pressing the entire distance, but Washington gets it to the corner. And man, they hit their 3-pointers just as well as anybody. They're 3 for 3. Jake Baltzer hits this one. 3 different players have knocked one down from distance so far. 26-14. Dilgis from the free throw line again. In and out and back in again. Lincoln with 10 in the first half. Warriors beat the Governors down the court, though. Sprecher finishes a break. And Washington's up to 28 here in the first quarter. 1:05 counting down. 12-point advantage. Sincere Wilson on the floor for the first time today for the Governors. He'll have his pocket picked here, and Sincere with a foul. David Coute got it away from him. Misses the layup, but will go to the free throw line. Coute just had quicker hands than Sincere that time. And it'll be Coute to shoot 2. Free throws are one way to slow down this Warrior team, even though they were 2 for 2 a moment ago. They're 3 for 3 on the game until Coute rims the first one in and out here. Cooper Terwilliger gets a break here. Logan Whitty will check back in. Noah Woods, the 6'6" freshman, on for the first time for Washington. And Coute will get the second free throw good. 29-16, still in the first quarter. 45 seconds counting down here. Corday Austin setting things up. Here's Dilgis on the top of the key. Now to Logan Whitty. Looking to drive into a double team, but he kicks it out to the open man, Austin. Now Corday drives to the left block, out to Dilgis. He wants 3 this time. Austin up high, but it's knocked away into the hands of Coute for the rebound. Here come the Warriors, and another 3-point shot this time. No good. Long rebound. Coute wins the battle. And we're going to have a foul on Dilgis as Couttet got his foot caught between the legs of Lincoln Dilgis, and Dilgis wouldn't let go. So a hustle offensive rebound there for David Couttet off of the miss by Jake Balzer. Couttet will be in the act of shooting. And he gets to shoot 2 again. First one good here. Washington's 4th trip to the line. Couttet's second free throw here. And the Warriors are 6 out of 7, and they have hit 30 in the first quarter. 31-16, 10 ticks to go. Here comes Wilson into, trying to split defenders, and it's Wilson and Raik Chol tying up on the floor. The possession arrow stays with Pierre, so they'll still have 4.7 seconds to try to get one to go. Pierre could certainly use offense. But already Washington showing themselves to be the 3rd opponent in a row for the Governors, who can score a heck of a lot of points in a short amount of time. Here's Austin off the glass at the buzzer. That's good. And the Governors have a positive finish to still what is a double-digit deficit after 1 quarter of play. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Washington 31 and the Governors 18. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 60 seconds. Quarter number 2 is next. It's Governor basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
1 points in 1 quarter of play, but that's what Washington did. And then they come out and pop a 3 right away here in the second period as Sam Ewing hits from the left wing. Washington had that first possession. And now Beitler steal. He'll feed with an extra pass underneath. Another pass. That's Ewing for 2 off of the Beitler steal, or the Balzer steal. Beitler dishes to Ewing for 2 more. 5 quick ones for the Warriors to start this second quarter of play. 36-18. Here's Whitty inside. Finds Dilgis. Lincoln will put it up and in. What a game Lincoln Dilgis is having. Unfortunately, it's being overshadowed by the offensive explosion here that is the Washington Warriors. I've got Washington at 11 of 13 in the first quarter. They won another 3, but Ewing rims in and out. No good here. The rebound tipped to Logan Whitty. Now Corday Austin. The Govs had a 3-on-2, but Washington denies that. Here's Deal for 3. That's good for the Governors as they try to keep pace somehow, some way. 36-23, 6:35 to go in the first half. Washington with a skip pass. They get it down to Woods. There's another pass down the lane. Washington certainly has ways of beating this 2-3 zone. And already forgot who scored that basket. We'll try to remember that. Here's Whitty challenging inside off the left block. It's up and good, and he'll draw a foul. And Brecken Beitler just picked up his 3rd personal foul here in the first quarter of play. It was Benjamin Sprecher with that last basket for Washington. He's got 11 on the board. 38-25 here. Beitler has to check out again. Whitty will try to finish a three-point play, but he does not. Off the front of the rim, no good. Sprecher rebounds. And here comes Sprecher quickly across the timeline. Throws behind Woods, but Beitler is there. Now it's Terwilliger. Knocks a baseline pass out of bounds. Washington inbounds to our left. Off the left side of the key, they find Woods inside. He'll pump fake against Austin, get him in the air. And then Jace Woods up and under. Off the glass for two. Jace with a 10-point first half. It's 40-26. Deal saw an avenue, got it, had that closed off, got it back to Dilges. Now looking to get it into Terwilliger, but the pass taken away. Here's Beitler, and he gets wrapped up by Lincoln Dilges. Jake Baltzer, rather. Baltzer with his fourth steal here in this first half. Dilges, meanwhile, going to pick up his second personal. And the first foul for the Govs in the second period. Free throw, first of two, missed. And Baltzer will try another one. And this one is good. Washington did have some talent to replace, specifically Thomas Hoffman, who ran the show for the last 3 years as a great point guard for the Warriors. But I tell you, the way they're looking today, they're getting some great guard play, and the Governors will lose one out of bounds. Deal working against Baltzer. Kind of pinned it against his hip and then trying to regain control, loses it out of bounds. And Larry Akers senses a pretty good time for a timeout here. Coca-Cola timeout at that. 5:27 to play. It's 41-26. Washington streaking out in front here in the first half. We're back after this 30-second Coke break. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Back on the attack here out of that Governor timeout. They work it all the way around to the far side corner. Jace Woods finds his way out of that. And now Austin tips a pass out near center circle, but Washington retrieves. It was actually Baltzer who tipped it into the backcourt. So not a steal, but Austin does induce a turnover, which will be just the third of this first half for the home team, who leads 41-26, 5:10 to play. We're in the second quarter. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Caleb Brozick on camera for Live Ticket. William Wilson in studio. Governors across the timeline off of the inbound. Deal. And as he picks up his dribble, he'll be reached in upon and fouled by David Coute. Coming up and help. That'll be his first personal. Washington's second of the second period. Pierce played a pretty good game. They just haven't been able to defend enough against the hot shooting Warriors. Austin behind his back keeps the dribble alive. It wasn't pretty, but Governors still have it. Now a skip pass to Deal from Dilges. Jaron Deal with his second three of the afternoon. As Deal tries to come up and get a steal, Coute wasn't looking for the pass, and Deal came up behind him, and Jaron might have locked knees with him, but Deal will pick up his first personal here. 41-29. Governors back within 12. Turn around from the right elbow, and the shot no good. Woods tries to tip the rebound off of the miss by Sprecher, which is his first of the day. But Jace Woods tips it out of bounds. So that Deal three makes it a 12-point game, which sounds a lot better than 15. 12 points with a lot of time to go. Obviously, still seems like not an insurmountable lead if the Govs can just defend shots. But here's a pass tipped inside by Sprecher, taken away by the Warriors. And as Woods kicks out to Baltzer, he'll plant another three. The 5th three of the game by the Warriors. And already the 13th assisted basket by Washington in this game. That's a three that counters the three by Deal. Here's a nice move inside by Cooper Terwilliger. Left-handed baby hook is up and good from close range. His first two of the day, 44-31. Pierre with a knockaway. Whitty streaking but can't run it down on the far side. Play stoppage here with 3:37 to play, second quarter. Washington just 1-5 on the season. We can see now why they've played such high-scoring games and maybe given up a lot of points. They've turned the ball over a lot this season. Not today, though. They've only got 3 in this first half. Nice pass. Woods inside to Kute. Wow. David Kute off the bench with his first field goal. He's 3 for 4 on the line as well. And the lead is back to 15 again, 46-31. Deal's first pass here, kicked away by Baltzer, out of bounds. And Pierre will throw in between the Washington bench and the scorer's table on the near side as they work their way left to right. Inbound to Whitty. Terwilliger gets the entry pass, and he's fouled by Woods from behind. Jace's first personal. Washington with 3 in the quarter. Now the Governors will inbound from underneath instead, or at least on the end line. Deal will take it back from Dilges. Back to Whitty in the corner. And Whitty put it on the floor. Kute is right there to knock it away out of bounds. So another inbound coming for the Governors. Whitty puts it up top into the hands of Lincoln Dilges. Dilges to the half circle. Pops one. He's been shooting lights out today, but this one will not fall, and the rebound is down to Baltzer and the Warriors. Right to left across the time barrier, leading by 15. Woods is open underneath. They'll find him, and he'll finish again with 2 hands thrown down. The way Woods is playing, it reminds us a lot of 3 years ago when Benjamin Heisler was able to do much the same thing. And he finished a lot of dunks for a high-flying dunking team for the Governors that year. Nice drive, but not finished by Deal. Sprecher with the rebound, pushing it up ahead, and too long for Woods. Actually, Deal just gets a hand on it. And Washington has it back. Underneath, there's Woods with a left hand, just too quick for Corday Austin. And Baltzer feeds him underneath. Woods inside the arc is 6 out of 6. Here's another takeaway. Sprecher up ahead. Baltzer, nice reverse. It's up and good. And another timeout taken here by Larry Aker and the Pierre Governors. 52-31. Suddenly Washington running a bunch in a row with 1:54 to play. And we'll pause for 60 seconds this time. A Coca-Cola breaking the action with a timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
In today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors, from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Warriors has them up by 20 plus. for the first time. Here's a three by Austin as the Governors come out of that timeout. The shot is blocked, though. Woods comes out of there with it, and a quick fire three here for Sprecher, and that's good. I said Sprecher. It's Sam Ewing with his third three of the day. 55-31. We're still with 1:18 to go in the first half. Deal on the move down the right side. Leaves it with Whitty down the baseline. Stepping back, Austin. He'll step inside the arc off the dribble. A 15-footer here, though, a little bit short. Ewing with the rebound. Feeds up ahead. Coutey with the reverse. Incredible what Washington is doing offensively here. Everything turns into transition. And I think if you're the Governors, the name of the game is you've got to get back after every shot. Here's Austin feeding Terwilliger. He steps off for a 10-footer from the baseline. That's good for his second field goal. 57-33. Coutey, quick fire three. This time no good. Noah Woods, though, with an offensive board. Turn around, put back, will not go. Now Austin down with it for the Governors. Chase Woods will run him down from behind, though, and steal the basketball right back. Coutey will slow it up with a shot clock off. 15 seconds left. 31-18 at the end of one. Washington 31 in the first quarter. They've only mustered 26 so far here in the second period, but they work it across the way and then quickly back in the lane. And Sprecher will be fouled right in front of the rim in the act of shooting. And Lincoln Dilgis has picked up, well, he's got two on the board. Nope, they don't. They do give him his third. So Dilgis will be in foul trouble. Again, the Governors playing shorthanded without Caden Aharts today. Sprecher hits the first of two. He's got another one. And that one is good as well. 59 on the board for the Warriors. 3 seconds left for the Governors. Deal will shoot for three, but that's off the mark. He was 2 for 2 before that. A huge first half of offense for the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors, and that is putting it mildly. Your Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Washington 59 and the Governors 33. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre as we pause for 3 minutes and go to the halftime break, which is sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in Pierre. We'll talk about it when we return with more Pierre Governor basketball. Your official voice of the Govs is River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
ServiceMaster of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. ServiceMaster Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. ServiceMaster of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Winter programs start now at Grossenberg Implement. The Cold Start program is here to help you get ready before the deep freeze hits. Now's the perfect time to check your block heaters, coolant freeze points, and batteries, the top reason they get service calls every winter. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by your local Grossenberg Implement or call them today and they'll come out and check your equipment for you. Keep your operation running strong this winter with Grossenberg Implement Service, the other half of a great product.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career?
Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats and attics to rodents and walls, ants in kitchens, stubborn bedbug infestations, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family owned, community trusted.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses. And quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pipe Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
For over 70
Welcome
years.
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Start the one team they've beaten is Yankton, which they did that a couple of weeks ago. I think that might have been before the holiday break, but here we go. Comtech opening tip, or opening throw in of the second half. Brought to you by Comtech and Pierre. The Governors moving from right to left now as you watch this one at drgnews.com. Here trying to work it inside, deal to Dilgis, but that's knocked away by Sprecher, who will get a steal. Here's Jace Woods on the top of the key, left elbow. Finds Beitler, and he'll fire one from the right elbow, no good. Woods tried once on a tip, can't get that to go. Dilgis with the rebound, and now he'll lose it into the hands, and Lincoln Dilgis is down, up ahead. It goes to Woods, who will finish another fast break with his fourth slam dunk of the day. But Lincoln Dilgis, who went down and was slow to get up, he'll have to check out. He's actually holding his stomach. I was afraid when he was down on the floor that he might have a knee injury of some kind. That doesn't appear to be the case. So 61-33, a 28-point advantage to the Warriors. Sincere Wilson has to come in as the Govs lose inches in height when Dill just comes out. Here's Terwilliger underneath. And he's looking for Austin, and Corday may have thought that Sam Ewing got a hand on that, but the Governors will lose it out of bounds. 2 possessions and 2 turnovers. Here in this first few minutes, or first minute of the second half. Underneath, Woods on a reverse. Around the rim it goes, and it'll finally fall on down. Sprecher to Woods. Jace Woods with 18 now. Governors got to come out here with some fire and at least keep trying to do the things that they did well in that first half of play. There's Whitty spotting up for 3. That's good. Logan Whitty with 5 in the game. 63-36. As the Governors will try to keep pace in some way here through the second half. Far side to near side, Sam Ewing with it. On the right wing, Beitler underneath. His pass gets away. It'll be picked off by Deal. Jaron heading right to left. Now to Sincere Wilson. Tries to challenge. Leaves it with Austin at the last moment. Deal to the free throw line. He'll lean underneath. Kiss it off the glass. That's a nice play for Jaron Deal. Bucket for the Governors has them within 25 at 63-28. And a Warrior pass miscommunicated on. That's rare. They'll throw it out of bounds for their 5th turnover of the day. Now they have the clock running. It's 63-38. I do not remember a 30-point margin, however. Washington would have had to score the first 4 points in this second half. Maybe they did. Here's Terwilliger. And Deal gets trapped. Sprecher with a good hands play gets another steal. Take away for the Warriors. Left to right for the Washington Warriors in white. 3-pointer from the corner from the lefty, no good. That was Beitler. Sincere Wilson down with a rebound. And the Governors back on the offensive. Turnaround shot. Dilgis is back in there. Misses from the right baseline. Terwilliger boards on the backside. Pump fake. Then the shot and a foul. And Cooper T will go to the free throw line. Cooper's had 4 points in this game, but I imagine the Governors would love to see him get more involved in the offense. Of course, Washington's trying to take him out of the mix as well. Free throw here, quick fire is no good. He'll get another one. Foul goes to Jace Woods, I believe. That's his 2nd. As Logan Whitty checks out, Wilson is back in for Pierre. And Terwilliger off the back iron of the 2nd one. Sprecher down with a rebound. Warriors across the timeline. Sprecher to David Coute. First sub in for the Warriors in the second half. 3 balls no good. But it's rebounded by Sam Ewing on the backside. Then he'll give to Sprecher. And Sprecher scores a mid-range jumper. 65-38. Deal forcing the issue, just double dribbled. He leaned in on a defender and then backed off, was going to pick his dribble up, but ended up keeping it alive with a second hand. So an unforced error, so to speak, there for the Governors. Trailing by 27. Austin will step into the passing lane, try to get a steal here. And it's out of bounds on Washington as they tried to take it back. Corday won't get the steal, but the Govs do get the takeaway. .320 to play. We're in the 3rd quarter. And again, the clock has been moving continually. There's Wilson trying one from the free throw line. Coute got a hand on it. Austin picking up the loose basketball. Now Washington has to save one into the hands of the seated Jace Woods. Heck of a play there for the Warriors. Again, they're just doing everything right. But now Terwilliger takes a steal away. Up ahead, here's Austin. Oh, a pump fake and a block by Woods. Back into Austin's face. Now Deal gets the loose ball. He'll go up for two, looking for two, but fouled in the act. Pierre crowd getting a little restless about some non-whistles in some cases. Actually, this is Terwilliger who will shoot two. I thought it was Deal in the act of shooting at the time, but Cooper Terwilliger at the line will shoot a pair this time. The first one is good. 65-39 with another one pending. Jace Woods coming out. Younger brother Noah Woods at 6'6" is in. Raik Chol is also in. The 6'7" senior. Second free throw good for Cooper T. He has 6 in the ball game at 65-40. Here's Deal picking a pass off, but his return pass up ahead, stolen right back by Noah Woods. Then Washington will get it back again. Deal just didn't see Woods coming. Sprecher to the high post. Woods, actually Austin gets a hand on it, so give Corday the steal. Here come the turnovers for Washington, but they're taking them back at the same time. Baltzer with his 5th steal. Up ahead to Coutey. Long two, no good. Chol at 6'7" with the rebound on the backside of the putback, good. Chol reached over the top of probably Jaron Deal, much smaller player, to get that offensive board. It was a clean rebound. Here comes Austin. Oh, and as he pivots, he almost lost it. Picks it up. Here's Terwilliger. The reverse, no good. Austin has the rebound and the putback here for the Governors. Corday with 9 at 67-42. So I had Corday with 6 at halftime. They had him with 7. Here's Dilges taking a pass away. Tries to alley-oop to Austin. He'll reverse. Left-handed is good. And the Governors still making plays. So Corday might have had a couple of threes in that first half, but I gave him 2 on 1. I'm not sure. $1:05 to go. We're in the third. The Governors, again, trying to keep pace. Here's Noah Woods with a nice feed from Coutey. And Noah with a right side bunny, his first field goal of the day. 69-44, our score. Dilges at the free throw line, short off the front of the rim. Terwilliger reaches for the offensive board, and he is fouled on the floor. So here's what's happening in the third quarter so far as positives for the Governors. They're getting the offensive rebounds. Negatives for the Warriors, they are starting to get a little more careless with the basketball. And again, I apologize for the quality of the voice here, but Washington's turnover numbers have turned up the pace a little bit here in the third period. They sent some bench players in to close out the third period. Terwilliger to Deal, fouled by one of those players, Josiah Nishimwe, who will pick up his first personal. Here has to lob in quickly. Austin can't handle it, and a long half-court attempt by Nishimwe will not go. And that is how our third quarter will come to an end. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Washington 69 and the Governors 44. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas as we pause for 60 seconds. And quarter number 4 is next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
As has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitts Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
RG Media
Welcome
Group
back
Sports.
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
That second half to make it a 30-point ball game, so we did have a running clock with mercy rule timing for that entire third quarter of play. But here's a pass to new player Matthew Melton. That's through his hands. Picked up by Terwilliger. Jaron Deal tries a three. Terwilliger trying to keep it alive. Can't save it. Off of the miss, it'll be Washington basketball. So our clock will continue to run with mercy rule timing here in the fourth quarter. Melton, we mentioned, a 6'4 junior in for Washington. Kute is in there. He got it to Melton. To Nishimwe, then the kick out and the long three. Short by Noah Woods. Somehow Nishimwe comes up with it. Now here's Kute inside to Chol as he falls away. Can't get a jump hooker to go. Dill just down with it. Lincoln wants to go coast to coast. He'll be bumped. But a foul is called on the floor here. First team foul for Washington. It is Matthew Melton. Again, occurring on the floor, so Pierre will throw in. Deal finds Austin. Looked like he was given some space. Now he'll get a screen from Terwilliger and fire the three and hit. Corday's second three of the day. He's in double digits with 13 now. 69-47 our score. Here's Melton at the high post. To Woods, quickly inside to Chol, working against Terwilliger. They call a foul. Chol gets the finish. 6'7" against 6'6". Terwilliger, a bigger bodied, broader shouldered guy, but Chol wins the battle here, and he'll have a chance for another one from the free throw line. Cooper with his second personal. Clock stops for a free throw at 6:07 to play. Chol can't get the shooter's roll, but the Governors, well, I thought they'd lose it out of bounds, but Melton apparently got a hand in there to knock it away. 71-47. Here's Logan Whitty across the timeline. First pass to Austin on the wing. Lobs one into Terwilliger. Terwilliger working against Melton, but Noah Woods gets a hand on it and knocks it to a teammate. Takeaway for the Warriors. Deal just returns the favor. Back come the Governors, and Deal will win the breakaway race. Nice play for Lincoln Dilgis. Saved one into the hands of Deal, who gets the layup. Now Chol underneath. Nice reverse. David Kute playing well. He's dishing out a lot of assists off the bench. Chol's third field goal. 73-49. Deal takes it from Dilgis, top of the key. Kute swats it away from behind. So the Governors on the other side will inbound. So Melton and Kute will check out. A couple more new players. Desmond Wilka, 6'2 junior, is in. And we see number 12, Robert Frank, a 5'11 junior as well. Frank working against Deal, and his pass out to Austin is knocked away. Out of bounds, it stays with the Governors. But again, the clock running. Even though we've got a 24-point game, right away in the second half, Washington did build a 30-point lead very briefly. Here's Austin against Woods. Shot up over the top, and the 10-footer is good for Corday Austin. Austin showing people a little bit about what he is capable of doing. Here's a pass that gets away. Terwilliger goes to get it, and he threw it off the body of a Washington player. Then it hits an official and stayed in bounds. Washington still with it. Terwilliger flies by Woods. He goes baseline, tries to feed out to Frank on the far side, or maybe to Chol underneath, but it gets away. It's Pierre basketball after going out of bounds. So the Warriors, who only had 3 turnovers in the first half, now have 10 in the second. And Logan Whitty with a stop-and-go move is fouled on the floor. Josiah Nishimwe with the personal. All bench players on the floor for the Warriors right now, who still lead by 22. Here's Austin. for 2 more from Whitty. Corday Austin with an 11-point second half going. 73-53 now. Shimway, he's going to be fouled by Dilgis, who seemed to be standing his ground, but I think Lincoln is going to get whistled here because he just tried to get a hand on the ball at the same time, but that is the 4th personal for Lincoln Dilgis. Timeout is going to be asked for and received by Larry Aker. And the Pierre Governors will take a 30-second Coke break along with that timeouts from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. 2:54 to play. Govs do trail by 20. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen. Plenty of time. 3 seconds. Gets to shoot and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball. Follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome to Bowie
Welcome back
Foods.
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Bottling in Pierre, Washington with it, and a 73-53 lead. Washington working it inside, and Woods up in the air to take a pass from Desmond Wilka. Noah Woods will put it up and in without bringing it down to the floor. 75-53 as Dilgis gets wrapped up and will be fouled on the floor. Washington commits their 3rd of the quarter. With the clock running continually after Washington did have a 30-point lead at one point very early in the second half. So time running short on the Governors here. 2:10, counting it down. Here's Deal on the top of the key, tries to get it to Terwilliger, and Washington gets a hand on it. Pierre will inbound. We'll be back on the air on Tuesday night when the Governors come back toward the Metro and play T area against the Titans. Battle. Dilgis wins the offensive rebound off of the miss of the 3 by Deal. And Lincoln Dilgis having a solid ball game. That actually is his first field goal of the second half, but he's got 14. Here's Wilka for 3. From the corner, Whitty down with a rebound for the Governors. That one looked like it was heading down, but stays out. And another foul on the floor. And the more fouls that get called, the more throw-ins the Governors have to do, and the more seconds continue to tick away here in the fourth quarter. Austin open for 3 out of the inbound, and he misses everything short this time. A little tentative. Joel to Woods, and Noah Woods will get one here too. They pass the length of the floor from Raik Chol to Noah Woods. Big brother Jace has 4 throwdowns. Noah's got a 5th one now for the family. Here's Dilgis for 3. No good. Frank with a rebound. And then Washington going to go on for their second victory. Steal by Dilgis, though. Lincoln goes the distance, and he'll lay it up and in. Looked like he tried to get jam, but he couldn't get up high enough. He did the smart thing and just laid it home. 33 seconds to go. A timeout to the Governors taken from Coca-Cola Bottling, but Coach Aker just wants to get his final 5 in. Sincere Wilson in there, Larry Clark, Spencer Olivier, Tayson Thies, and also Jagger Gardner. They'll get some seconds, but the shot clock is off. We started with 33 seconds to go, and Washington is not going to try to get any more shots to go. Washington had 59 points in the first half. The only thing that kept them from getting 100 is the fact that they got a 30-point lead, and clock ran on mercy rule timing through pretty much all of the second half. The Governors didn't play too poorly, but they just couldn't get enough defense back in time as Washington was extremely efficient in the fast break and the transition today. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Washington 77 and the Governors 57. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes and head into postgame. Postgame brought to you by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. You're listening to Governor Basketball on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we're in the business of improving lives. That means ditching the fees big banks charge, offering cash back to do more of what you love, and boosting convenience with extended service hours Monday through Saturday. Bank how you like, when you like, with local financial advice when you need it. Let's get started. Learn more at bhfcu.com. Stop by any BHFCU location or call us at 1-800-482-2428.
Back at Washington High, where they actually have the drgnews.com live stream of the girls' game going on right now. Justin Cowart is being heard right here in the gym. In the meantime, Brian Oakland with play-by-play here, along with Caleb Brozick. Your final score, 77-57. Your final post-game from Family Dental will begin after we give you this bit of station identification.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX-FM, and K296FI, Pierre. Put the phone down. Focus on driving.
That girls' score, by the way, is all Washington. They just started the second half, and Washington had a 38-10 lead at Riggs High Gym. The Warriors are 6-0 coming into that one. The Governors struggling off to a 2-4 start. They struggled to score against Harrisburg themselves on Thursday night. They struggle so far to score once again today. Governor boys didn't struggle to score, but they struggled to keep Washington off the scoreboard as Sioux Falls Washington's boys ran an amazing transition game today. And honestly, from the teams that we've seen in the last three games, from Bismarck to Sioux Falls Lincoln. Now, Sioux Falls Lincoln does everything right, and they did everything well in that win at Riggs High Gym on Tuesday night. But honestly, just the way Washington did today, I think Lincoln defended the Governors a little bit better than Washington did today. Govs played pretty well offensively, all things considered. But Washington, I think, as long as they take care of the basketball, as their acting head coach Mike Holstein had said in pregame, don't turn the ball over. I think this team can play with just about anybody, despite the fact that they lost 5 of their first 6 games coming in to this one. But here's what we've got in this one. Washington streaks out to a 31-18 lead at the end of one quarter. They outscored the Govs 28-15 in the second, led at halftime 59-33. They got a fast start, scored the first 2 baskets of the third quarter, and they upped that 26-point halftime lead to 30. And even though the Governors, scoring-wise especially, outplayed them the rest of the way, that was our only 30-point margin, but that was all that was needed to get to mercy rule timing. So we did have running clock for pretty much all of that second half of play. In the third quarter, the Governors got things going a little bit more. They outscored Washington 11-10 in the third quarter, still trailed 69-54. And then in that fourth quarter, a 13 score was, by the way, 69-54. And then the Governors outscored them 13-8 in the fourth quarter. But that was against pretty much all JV squad on the floor for Washington at the time. Your final score is a 20-point margin of victory, 77-57. Washington improves to 2-5 on the season, while the Governors fall to 2-5. These two teams were 14-15 coming in the power rankings. Of course, Washington will improve a bit, but the Governors will hang right there at the 15 or 16 percentile, perhaps, or ranking-wise, that is. Washington was 22 of 28 in the first half on the floor. They go 9 of 16 in the second, 31 out of 44 overall, 6 of 12 for 50% from long range, and 9 of 12 for 75% from the free throw line. And the Warriors put 8 players in the scoring column, 3 of which are in double figures. Jace Woods leads the way with 18 points. Ben Sprecher with 15 points. Also Sam Ewing with 13. Those guys were pretty quiet in the second half. They didn't play an awful lot of minutes in the second half. Meanwhile, Jake Baltzer with 9 points. And then David Coute played a great ball game off the bench. He'll finish with 7. Noah Woods with 6. Raik Chol with 6 points. And then Brecken Beitler with just a 3-pointer down today. 77 on the board for the Washington Warriors. For the Governors, who go 14 of 25 in the first half, 10 of 18 in the second half, 24 of 43 is a darn good shooting percentage if you're Pierre. They get 5 of 12 from outside the arc, struggle to a 3 of 7, though, from the free throw line. And the unofficial scoring I have had Corday Austin leading Pierre with 17 points. Lincoln Dilges was 16. He had 12 in the first half, 10 of that coming in the first quarter. Lincoln got off to a great start today. Jaron Deal, pinch hitting for Caden Aharts today, comes in with 12 points. The third time he scored in double figures, though, this season. Cooper Terwilliger held the 6 today. Logan Whitty with 5 on the board, 77-57, your final. Washington wins it by 20. Warriors out-rebound the Governors 17-15 overall. Pierre with the offensive board edge, 7-4. Cooper Terwilliger with just 3 rebounds, in fact, on my stat sheet. Lincoln Dill just had a few in there. Rebounds were pretty much scattered around. Logan Whitty had a few. There's really nobody that stood out rebounding-wise for the Governors. Even the little guy, David Coute, had a few off the bench for Washington. They spread their rebounds around as well. Sam Ewing had a few. And there's really, again, nobody that stands out individually rebounding-wise. Turnovers, I've got 16 for the Govs, 14 for Washington. They did get a little careless, a little relaxed in that second half after they already had a 30-point lead early on. But, again, that's just the one thing as this team continues. They've just got to maintain their possessions a little bit better. They didn't do that in the second half. I don't know if that's really cause for concern, but if that gets them in a little bit more of the habits and what they have done in their first 6 games, then that could be a bit of a concern for Coach Tobin and Holstein and the rest of the crew. But again, it's the assists that Washington shines with. I've got them at 26 assisted baskets in this game. The Governors will chip in 11 of their own. 77-57, our final score. Washington wins it, certainly not without the help of big plays of the game, and your big plays are brought to you in our postgame by Hermanson Endodontics. Let's hear from them. Your big plays are next. This is Governor Basketball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics with big plays of the game. And again, I think the story of the game is how I'll angle this one. It's just the transition ability and the transition offense for the Washington Warriors. Governors played pretty well offensively, but again, you've got to get back on defense. And that doesn't matter who you play. It doesn't matter if you make a basket or miss a basket. I just imagine that was one of the big things that Coach Aker had to keep stressing to the guys today. Got to get back on defense because Washington, make or miss, was beating them down the floor. And not only that, but even setting up in the half court, Washington doesn't waste any time in the half court. They move the ball around very well, whether they're swinging it around the perimeter or getting it to the high post and then dumping it underneath. High post with a kick out. It really doesn't matter. The three-pointers were being shot quickly. They were being made with regularity in the first half. Obviously, the high percentage shots in the paint, several throwdowns, 4 slam dunks by Jace Woods, another one from his little brother later on in the game. And, that's just the efficiency of the offense today. A lot of it in transition, but a lot of it in just a fast-paced half-court setup as well. Job well done by the Washington Warriors, but those are your big plays in the game, and that's how when you go 11 of 13 in the first quarter, 11 of 15 in the second quarter, hitting 6 of 9 threes, that's how you score 59 in a single half of basketball, folks, where most people would be thinking that's a pretty good game completely, 32 minutes, but they had that in just 16 minutes of play. Big plays of the game put in by the Warriors, and they're brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. So with that, the only order of business is to take care of our player of the game. And we'll go with Washington in this one, but certainly I would pat the bat of Lincoln Dilgis, who played a great ball game today, 16 points. Corday Austin finished with a game-high 17 as well, but a lot of that coming in the second half, of course. And, I love it when Corday can show what he can do on an offensive sense, but I think the Governors just have to continue to work on their defensive side of this game of basketball right now, as certainly they played 3 great teams in their last 3 games, despite the record that Washington has. Do not be fooled. This is a great basketball team playing a real tough early season schedule, but the Governors just have to learn from it because they've got another one-loss team in their next contest, and that's going to be the T-Area Titans. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Let's talk about players of the game, which are brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. And let's hear from them. Your player of the game is next.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Camp's chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores, Euclid Avenue and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores, with players of the game, and you could go any number of ways with the Warriors. And Ben Sprecher with 15 points. Had a lot of finishes, but he was also dishing things out. I have him at, a handful of assists. Sam Ewing, more of the same. 13 points and a good number of assists. Sprecher was getting some rebounds. Ewing was getting some rebounds. And then you've got Jake Baltzer, who had 5 steals in this game. He set a lot of things up in the transition, but we're just going to go with the leading scorer in this one, and Jace Woods, who had 4 throwdowns at the same time along his way to 18 points, and Jace Woods is the leader of this team now, undisputed. He's the one guy, not the only guy, but the one guy that has a lot of offensive prowess that returns from a year ago. Certainly Sam Ewing also fits that mold, but Washington needs the leadership from those guys. But Jace Woods is our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. We'll get him a t-shirt noting his accomplishments as the Warriors win this one by 20, 77-57. Washington with the win, Pierre with the loss, both teams at 2-5 on the young season. Governors do have T-Area, though, coming up, and it's not going to get any easier. Coming on Tuesday, T-Area starts today at 6-1 on the season. They've got a game against Sioux Center, Iowa, playing at the Pentagon today as well. So hope you can join us on Tuesday night from T-Area High School, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock with the opening tip. And for Washington, I was looking at their upcoming schedule, and I don't know if I have that in my notes readily available, so it would help if I would look at the boys' side of things. However, Tuesday night, Washington, in fact, hosts the O'Gorman Knights, and then they've got Sioux Falls Jefferson here on Friday in the week ahead. So they've got some fun ones coming up, more in the Metro. In fact, they'll play Jefferson for the second time this season already later in the week. But they beat the Governors today. And as we begin to wrap up our post game here, we'll remind you, for those who are on the road, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all, don't veer for deer, and certainly slow down in case of ice. We did have some snow-covered and scattered slippery conditions on the way down. We'll try to do the same and be safe on the way back as well. Buckle up every trip, every time. It starts with you. A reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Girls game is still going on. If you'd like to listen to the rest of that, even though Sioux Falls, Washington out comfortably in front in the second half, Justin Coward with the call on that one. The girls won't play until a week from Tuesday when they go to Douglas. Governor Boys will host Douglas that night, but we do have boys only Tuesday night in our next broadcast coming up here on River 92.7. In the meantime, for William Wilson in studio, for Caleb Brozick running camera, you can rewatch this one if you'd like at the GoGovs Live YouTube feed and also at drgnews.com. A voice has had enough for now. We'll try to be better on Tuesday night. We hope you can join us then. I'm Brian Oakland. Your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard is Sioux Falls, Washington, 77, and the Pierre Governors, 57. Until Tuesday, have yourselves a great rest of this weekend. You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good afternoon, everybody.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Ram Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service of Pierre. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.